Namaste. Now I would like to briefly touch upon what Baba says on friendships. And the incident referred to in this book is when Nana Chandorkar comes with some friends to Baba. And Baba requests them to stay and have something to eat. But two friends say, no, we must go, we have to catch our train. Baba instructed Nana to associate only with true friends who could stay with him till the last breath and contribute to spiritual growth. Baba goes on to tell Chandorkar, they are too clever and very selfish. They are only worried about their own self. O Chandorkar, you must associate with those friends who remain with you till the end of this world. People who leave their friends in the middle for their selfishness are not friends. Friends should be like the flowers whose fragrance doesn't fade away. Now begin your journey, and you must remember what I said. This is an important point. I get asked this question many times, and I have my own experience with it. Many people who are on the spiritual journey find that they start losing old friendships. They are no longer invited to outings, gatherings like they used to be. Someone who comes to my talks expressed this. Part of her feels sad and feels left out. Apparently, there is now an abbreviation for this, FOMO, fear of missing out. And part, she feels relieved. Why relieved? Because she no longer has to wear a mask and go to social gatherings. She has been there, done that. So you see, a lot of our friendships come from the past. And who we were in the past, let's say school friends, college friends, and they carry forward. But people go in different directions in life. Interests change, experiences are different. So one may find that one is just on autopilot, meeting the same friends again and again, but there is no nectar, no juice being derived from that friendship. And anyone, for example, who is watching this video is a prime candidate as far as exploring their friendships is concerned. Now, when Baba says those who can contribute to your spiritual growth, in one sense, everyone contributes to your spiritual growth because you learn from everyone. But what Baba is referring to is those who are also interested in the company of truth. That is why we have the word Satsang. Sat, truth, Sang, gathering of truth. So when we find that in life we meet people who are on their own spiritual journey, they have the materialistic life, but they have the spiritual dimension. Maybe different from ours, maybe a different teacher, whatever it be. But that interest, that fire has been kindled within them. These are the kind of friendships Baba is referring to, who contribute to one's spiritual growth. In one sense. The other sense is they may not be on a path, but yet we know that this friend is not a fair weather friend. When the weather is bad, goes away. We know, we feel there is no tangible spiritual path this friend may be on, but the values, the character, we look at that and say, yes, I want this friend as a friend for life. Now this, we have to use our buddhi. We have to analyze our friendships. Because if we find that we are wasting our time in pretenses, in social pretenses, unnecessary conversations and dialogues. After all, how much can you keep talking about which holidays you went to, which movies you saw? It's okay for a bit, but if that is the only framework of conversation, where did you go shopping? Then it becomes a limited dimension of friendship if one is on a spiritual path. So, this is something to be really looked at. And this abandonment which people go through, this fear that I'm losing my friends, it's a very valid fear because your identity is at threat. People go through sleepless nights when they realize that this new person they have become, their older friends may not be comfortable with. And one has to walk through that fear. There's no choice. Knowing that now one's journey is a commitment to the truth. Now I'll give you one example which actually happened, where here, like Baba says, they are too selfish, and people who leave their friends in the middle for their selfishness are not friends. First-hand account of someone, I'll tell you, who was in Europe. She was visiting Europe, and a friend of hers said, I am in so-and-so country at the same time you are. You are in England. Let's take any country, for example, France. I'm in France, our dates are matching. Why don't you come with me? So she was very excited that she'll be seeing a new country. Her friend is there. Her friend knows the French language. They were going to go in the interiors of France to the countryside and all. So she left the UK and met the friend in France. And they went into the interiors. The plan was a week, to spend a week. After 2 days, this friend says to her, oh, a family I'm very close to realized I'm in France and they've invited me, so I'm catching the next train tomorrow morning and going, and now I've shown you for 2 days everything, you find your way around. And she was aghast. She said, but I can't speak the language. We are not in Paris or any urban center where you can get by. I have only come because you invited me. I don't know anyone here. I don't even know what sightseeing to do in this interior of France. And the friend said, no, don't worry. I'm confident that you'll find your way around. Bye-bye. You see, so these are lessons, life lessons. All right, it happened because it was meant to happen. Destiny, you can say, between two people. But what do we learn from it? We learn to discriminate, understand what are we looking for in a friendship. If we feel, I would not want to do this to anyone else, how would that person feel if I abandon them in an unknown country? Would we do that to someone? So then we start re-looking at our friendships. What is it based on? Is it one-sided? Even if it is one-sided, do I still feel I'm deriving some spiritual nectar from it? Then it's okay. I'll make the effort. But if I'm not deriving that, why am I keeping it going? So, satsang is not just going to a physical satsang, whether physically on Zoom or YouTube. Satsang is company. The company one keeps. So, Baba, as usual, does not mince his words here. He is pretty clear that anything besides friendships which contribute to spiritual growth are a waste of time. And why are they a waste of time? Because energy, physical energy, pran shakti, the life force, why fritter it away where it is not cherished and valued? This brief time we are here on the planet, let us learn something from someone. If we are not getting that from our friends, we look for it elsewhere. But why waste our time in friendships that are taking away the precious time we have been given? It takes courage. It takes courage because you know, as that girl I mentioned earlier said, you will not be invited to many places anymore like you used to be. So be it. Because your friendship is now with God. That is why they say, you can be alone, but it doesn't mean you will be lonely. You see?